Welcome in, and I'm talking about the red zone and how the red zone, how it plays in the game differently against high level players, middle level players, and low level players. And if you haven't seen that video, I just dropped a video on there's 3 levels in tennis. Check that out. And let's start with the high level versus, let's just call it high level versus middle low. Okay, we're talking about when, let's say, a professional player, Division I college player, someone who hits the ball at a faster pace into the red zone, that middle area of the court that I talk about, you can really take advantage of. If you don't have an issue, if you do not have a problem dealing with their pace, that situation is the situation where you can hit drop shots to the one area, the short area, that you can hit angles to 2 for winners, that you can hit flat balls or deep balls to 3 for winners. That's the situation where it's easiest if you don't have a problem dealing with their ball. If you're a low level or middle level player and you have a problem dealing with those fast paced balls, you can't take balls early. Your reaction speed isn't up to par. You're tracking the ball. You're not really seeing the ball until it passes the net, as opposed to as it's crossing the net, before it crosses the net. This can give you problems, and for in that scenario, that middle level ball isn't going to matter. You're not even going to be able to play it. But for someone who can, a higher level player who doesn't have a problem with that, that's going to be easier to take advantage of. Now, when you're playing a middle level player, even if you're a high level, and you're playing a middle level or a low level, and let's say your pace or your forehand, your spin, your massive forehand gives them issues, and they're dropping the ball all the time in the red zone because they can't handle the pace. This is different. This is going to be more problematic. Again, you could call him the pusher. This is going to be more problematic and more difficult to just put away. So in one scenario, let's take those 2 scenarios. In one scenario, you could say, if you're analyzing someone's game, so, you should be putting that ball away. That should go to this target, and it's going to end the point. But then in the other scenario, the latter scenario, against the middle and low level player, you can't really say that. And this is why someone asked about this. What do you do about this? Is why I don't care. If I'm playing that player and I'm losing, and I don't, it doesn't matter, because it's completely different. What am I supposed to do? It's this whole idea that everyone talks about, the pusher. Ball lands in the middle. I can still hit my target, but it's going to be harder to hit a winner. And I have to really push. I have to push and exert myself, and it becomes unnatural. I have to overexert myself to try and hit a winner, as opposed to just trying to hit the target. And that's going to give anyone problems, no matter who they are. And as I say, the guys in the tour, when we're using them for examples, they're never in that situation, ever. There's no middle or low-level players on the tour. So they're never in that situation. They don't know what it feels like. They might not know what it feels like. They don't even know what you're talking about. So with that being said, my solution is to stick to the targets. Stick to the targets. Maybe you come up with something else. Maybe you play with the ball a little bit. Sometimes I get that. I give him I might give him this really funky side spin. I might just spin the hell out of the ball, backspin it. And just for fun, because I'm going to take it as a joke, because that's what it is. It's a joke. The movement is off. You're not moving to the side anymore. You're not even moving up a little bit and then to the side. You're almost taking 3 or 4 steps in to get that ball, and sometimes you can't even reach it. You can barely reach it to get it back. So that's how slow it can be. And you're not going to avoid this problem. It's you can try to avoid it. You can do different things, unique things. You can, I don't care what you do. Play everything to the back of the court. You come up with something. Use the map and come up with something. I don't care what anyone tells you. There's no one solution to that. The solution is you shouldn't be playing them and taking it seriously in the first place because they're not on your level. They're in the middle. You can still play them, but I wouldn't take the wins and the losses seriously because it's a joke. And if they don't understand that, well, I don't know what to tell you. They're probably not. Not everyone's going to agree with you. Not everyone's going to get it. It's the way it is here. It's the way it is here in the world we live in. Maybe down the road they'll turn around and they'll get it, or maybe you'll figure out that you were wrong. I don't know. But here it is, another explanation of how this crazy game of tennis works. Now, this is a little harder to see in this scenario, but I tell you what I used to do. I used to play tournaments. I started playing these tournaments, and you come out, and you could tell the kid's nervous, or the guy's nervous. And the first serve, and then you have this pretty decent first serve, and then you have this second serve that's just, they'll do one of these, but they have this amazing first serve. At that point, it's over. It's over. My hands are up. I'm done. I'm not taking it seriously anymore. I could care less if I lose, because it's just that I'm not even giving a reason. I mean, that's how I looked at it, and I still look at it to this day. I might play the match seriously and try to win, but I'm not going to get mad if I lose. And that's like a more obvious scenario, and I might even do that. Being the person that I am and where I've come from, what I've done, I might even look at the baseline game and see something like that. If I know he's I know he's like a true 3-5, I'm not taking it seriously. Not taking it seriously at all. If the balls are, not, if the guy's having trouble with a basic forehand of mine, I'm not taking it seriously. And coming back, if they're nervous, if they're super nervous, and I can tell, and it's affecting the way they play. It's making the play choppy. I'm not taking it seriously.